Hey, my name is Chrissy, and today I want to do a small reading for the collective for the month of March. Now, I'm going to be doing my Queen of the Moon Oracle, and I thought it would be good today just to look for a little bit of guidance on how we can get through some of these difficult times that we seem to be all challenged with at the moment. There's so much going on out there that sometimes we're not quite sure how to navigate these things. So I thought I would just give you a few tips and see what comes out for the collective in regards to some of this chaos and the fears that have been rising up in people, because it's just a very uncomfortable time at the moment. 2020 has been very challenging. Oh my goodness. So much energy coming through the cards. It's been a very challenging time for a lot of people, and we all are feeling these kind of things. You know, social media certainly has a real impact on all of us, and you know, TV's even worse. It kind of plays things over and over, and it goes into your subconscious mind sometimes. So it's very important that we learn to stand strong and really start to guide ourselves during these times of what is a little bit of chaos and madness, I guess. Now the first card is the Wolf. Now wolves to me represent power. They actually can create change. So when, for example, the full moon comes, the wolf changes. It's a representation of change. So anything to do with the wolf to me is change. Now, sometimes we take change as negative, but it doesn't have to be negative. When things are changing, usually there's a reason that is happening around us. Now, I believe that change can sometimes have a very positive effect. We all carry a lot of fear of change, and that's why it's showing the wolf, because it's saying to you not to be fearful of change. Change has to happen. It's inevitable that change happens. Without change, life doesn't progress. We would just stay boring and in the status quo. So sometimes big changes come to sort of shake everything up and knock us off our journey, but it can also be a good outcome at the end of the day. So the wolf to me is a sign of real strength and having courage, and they're trying to give you that message of have that power inside you, and really look for that power inside you, because you will get through these changes that are happening. Now beauty, you can see there that beauty card. Now the message here is that beauty lays within. So it's really important that you nurture yourself and you keep that strength up inside. Beauty at times like this can get lost, but beauty is something that we need to look for in other people. And sometimes this is why changes are happening to us, so that we start to see things in a different light. What is beauty? You know, I think that's the question in society today. People, is beauty having wealth and owning lots of things, or is beauty having your lips done and having Botox? And I guess this is what they're saying is, you know, society seems to have lost track of what beauty is. Beauty is something that comes from, really, I feel, comes from your soul, and it's what you're radiating out to other people as well. So that's something to sort of focus on, starting to see people and their real inner beauty, and what really is the truth. Like, what is beauty? Start to question these things. This is all part of the journey as well that we're going through. Resilience. So you can see here this guy or woman is carrying a very, very big burden. So it's like she's got the weight of the world on her back. So as much as at this time we're actually carrying a lot of burdens and there's a lot going on, and we're all feeling very weighed down by everything that's been happening, like I said, 2020's really started with a big bang, and we've all got this kind of huge load that's quite overwhelming to a lot of us. But what it's saying is you will get through this journey. So just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. You're nearly there, but just ride it out. Like, even though you feel like you could drop that load and just give up, don't give up. Keep going. There will be light at the end of all this. So that's the message there. darkness. Now, whenever you see darkness, there's light. Now, it's interesting how the little rabbit's down here as well with Easter coming up. But darkness doesn't have to be scary. Darkness isn't a bad thing. Sometimes we need to go through darkness in order to get to the light, because when you go through dark times or difficult times, it makes you really appreciate the good times and when you have that joy back in your life again. So don't see difficult times necessarily as, oh my gosh, it's never going to end, because darkness always does end. And when we get through these things, there's always something really positive that comes out of it. I really, really believe that. So see darkness as just a step to getting somewhere else. It's again, it's about change. These things are change. When things go dark, it's just change. It's no different to day turns to night, night turns to day. That's how this works. Things change, but it's okay. You're safe in that. Faith. And have faith. Things are being reborn. You can see here they're showing the woman who's got the huge stomach, who's got the baby inside. So this is about everything's changing. Don't look at all the things that are going on around you as negative. Sometimes these things can be positive. Like here, the eventual outcome would be that she would have a child. So again, it's about that new energy. It's you're changing. You're starting to change and view the way that change the way that you view things, rather, and the way that you see the world. Okay, it might be scary. Turn TV off if you're getting bombarded by the news and the things going on around you. Turn those off. Reinvent yourself. Look at the way you're conducting yourself and how you're living your life. Get back to those core things that make you happy and feel strong internally. That's what this card's about. It's about accepting change and that new birth in you. It's not about childbirth. It can be, but it's also about birthing the new you. Protection. And that's an appropriate card, isn't it? Because it's like the child in the nest. So it's actually about wait and see the outcomes. Like, you are protected in this journey of life. We're all being guided. You have to start, though, to look for those really joyful things. And I talk about that a lot in a lot of my YouTube videos, is that you have to start to find that joy in your life and look for the things that are going to nurture you and make you feel good and give you that peace and that just that quiet space in your life to feel protected and safe. And that's the message for you this month of March, is that we are all being protected. Despite what's happening in the world and what's going on around us, we're only being shown snippets, of course, but you always get through things. It was like the fires here. It was so catastrophic at the time, but we've all got through that and we've got to the other side. And now the trees are blossoming. We've had rain. The koalas, they've saved a lot of the beautiful wildlife. They're getting, if anything, there's put more focus on our wildlife and things like that. So sometimes from a negative experience, we can also end up with something more positive and a more positive outcome. So please focus on these things during the month of March. Really try to stay strong and in your power. If you have to, take your thoughts off those things and put them onto other things, because you will get through this. It's not going to last forever. It's just a change that the collective is actually going through, and sometimes it's just to get us to the other side and where we need to sort of go, rather than living in sort of sometimes we get stuck in that 3D world. It's important that we start to look a lot more at our senses and we start to open up more to the 5D experiences and getting back to that real feeling place and listening to what's kind of going on in our minds as well as our souls and what's sort of going on around us. So look, thanks for watching today. Hopefully that helps you a little bit during the month of March. Hit the like button and I'll see you next month. Bye.